Hey folks, Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man at your services. How are you all? Hope you're all doing very, very well. Now, this little video, and it will be a little video by my standards anyway, is a kind of like a bit of a test because some of you might know, some people who get in touch with me all the time and that know that I've not done videos this week. Well, not many, because, well, there's a fault, a technical issue. God damn it. My phone, what I'm looking at right now, well, that's me. I'm looking at me, pointing at me. And but what you're looking at, what you're looking through is my phone. And that's how I record my stuff. And you guys know I'm a complete technophobe. I might use laptops and computers and all sorts of other shit in my daily working existence. And then for this, but you know, I haven't got a fucking clue what I'm doing half the time. But an update came through for this phone a couple of days ago, and it was sabotaged, and it's now changed the way that my videos are done, and it's doing something dead strange. Now, I've been down to the EE shop. I'm part of the EE fraternity, and my good friend Mike was down there, and even he couldn't fathom it because whatever it's done since the new update, it's changed things. So I'm talking to you now, but within 30 seconds or so, my screen will go black. It'll still record and you'll still see me. You won't get an interruption, but I don't see me. Now that's a problem, because if I'm showing you something, a sword, a knife, a figure, a mask, or whatever, or I'm just talking to you, I like to know where I'm looking. A blank screen really does screw things up quite a lot. So it's going to happen in a second, but what it tells you to hit the screen to keep it on. So it's going to happen now. It's just happened now. So I've just tapped the screen and it'll come on. So I can still see myself. Great, you're thinking. Well, it's all right. I don't mind you poking me in the face, Kilt-Man, once in a while. But the thing is, what it'll do now, it'll have another couple of minutes and then it'll do something else again. And it may turn it off again. But it's kind of evolving as well. It began as like this. What it says, the little drop down says, and by the way, folks, I'm using the Oppo Find Pro 3, I think it is. I don't know, something like that anyway. And which was all singing, all dancing, super 4K cameras, blah, blah, blah. Well, the 4K cameras are on the other side, but they take so long to upload, I don't use them. So I just use this on the back, like 1080p. It'll do. You don't want to see me in 4K anyway, let's be honest. But because I'll look just like that in reality. But so I've got to do this thing with it. I've got to hit the screen, and then what it does afterwards, 2 minutes afterwards, it's going to come up very soon. It's going to say like, now we're gonna take down the brightness to save your sorry, to extend your record duration. Oh God, I've forgotten what it is. It comes on for a split second, then it's gone. So I can't even remember what it is. But the guys in the shop, including my mates, did not know how to get around it. We've been in the settings, we've done everything. You know, if anyone does know something out there, how to change this. It keeps on recording, but the problem I face is not facing myself, which does pose quite a predicament when you're showing things and talking about things. And I like to be, you know, if I'm like looking over this and playing bits of music and I'm showing you something, I've got to know what's happening. But what happens is, what I've discovered is that at the worst, I've got to hit the screen twice. So after 2 minutes, then after like, it'll come up in a second now, and then I'll do it again. And then once that's done, it tends to stay on. Because I've done some test sort of videos where let it just record for 40 minutes. And I've just been sitting there, you know, playing, you know, mahjong, you know, taking tea on the lawn. But it's maddening for someone like myself who just likes things to be nice and simple and to do what they're supposed to do. And from day one, this phone was being touted as being the best. I know, obviously, things are superseded. The minute you buy technology, it's superseded the next day by something else. You know that anyway. But this phone is still meant to be one of the best around, you know, for its cameras and its fantastic detail and resolution, its microscope. It's got a fucking microscope on it. it's just done it again. Right, it says, reducing screen brightness to extend recording time. Tap the screen to restore brightness. So I can still see myself, but I'm deep in the Stygian caves of yore. And yeah, it's very super murky. But if I just do this now I can see myself in the proper brightness, and God, no, take it back down again. What am I thinking? This is probably a godsend. This little bug in the update, but it makes things a lot easier for me to see and to do. So I've had videos which have been lined up this week. Now, to be honest, this didn't derail a couple of them. I myself derailed a couple of them because it's been absolutely blisteringly hot. The sun has been outstanding, and it's been gorgeous, super hot, super fucking hot. So I've been out a fair bit in beer gardens, and crawling around, whiskey sodden, in the like almost like Ice Cold and Alex. Only they're going for just a glass of lager, and all I want is just give me a whiskey, just give me a whiskey. Whiskey's not the best drink to have in the sunshine. It really isn't. You see all these cowboys, the westerns, the spaghetti westerns, and they go into the saloon and whiskey, and the glass comes over, look, just give me the bottle, and you take that, look. There's no label on it. Looks fantastic, doesn't it? And believe you me, I have been in places like that and drunk whiskey. Well, they say it's whiskey. I see the jury's still out on that, really. But in the sunshine, sweet Jesus, you always get more drunk in the sunshine. You know this. But in certain climates, where like the Mediterranean, or even, in fact, to be honest, the Med and North Africa, it sweats out of you so quickly that it's hard to get drunk. I know, but Brits like myself are specialists in this. So we can, no matter how much we're sweating out, we're putting 10 times more within. So, but a lot of people who don't drink a lot, it's hard to get drunk out there, to be honest, in that kind of heat. But we have to make special, endeavours and inroads, and it's pure. We've trained all our lives to do this. But whiskey is one of the things that sitting in the sunshine. Oh my God, it's not a good idea. It really is not a good idea because it will blow you away. And I've had a little bit of whiskey today, but it was sort of evening time, and I don't know if you can hear. Well, you can't because it's gone off. But it was forecast to piss down at 6 o'clock this evening. And exactly 6 o'clock this evening, it began to piss down. Now, I was in the pub at the time, I was in the cask. I mean, you know this. You guys know. It's almost like a script. You know where I go, what I do. And I suddenly heard it. I got up. We made 2 empty glasses, which I've drained into. Drain. This last dribbles, and then went back to Emma, 2 more. But as I got up, I could hear this deluge because the front doors were open, and my God, it was a cascading down. It was, and Jesus. But the thing is, it's one of those things that you want. When the heat gets so oppressive and you can't sleep, and you're throwing the duvet back, and you're like, oh, you don't want no bodily contact. Get off me! Leave me! And then, you call out for your dog who's covered in fur. You'd rather have that than the soggy, wet, soaking, sweaty missus. What? Oh, I thought she'd gone out. She's out with her mates tonight, only she hasn't gone just yet. Oops, daisy. Now's the point when I wish the screen would go black. But, yeah, it's just too hot. So, you can't sleep. It's all sticky, horrible. So when the rain comes down, you're kind of like, that's gonna loosen things up. It's gonna freshen the atmosphere up a bit. You can be more relaxed. Only I don't think that's going to be the case because I'm sitting here right now and I'm indoors, and it's now, it's gone 7 o'clock, and it's 20 past 7 to be honest, and the rain's been down. It's kind of stopped now. I walk back in the rain, and which is why the hair's all tied back, because it just goes like Ronald McDonald, woof, woof. When it gets wet and then begins to dry out, it just goes woof and up. So it's like Ronald McDonald crossed with Marge Simpson. Not a pretty sight. Not a pretty sight at all. But it was still hot. That was the thing. So you're thinking it's fresh in the atmosphere. You want thunderstorms, you want lightning, you want thunder blasts, and that incendiary smell in the air. That's what you want. That's when the atmosphere really gets cleared, and your happy days for, well, maybe a few hours. It could be roasting again the next day, but at least you might get a night of easy sleep. So anyway, folks, that was a little test, because I've got stuff to do. I just want to see if this is going to work. So, you guys have been guinea pigs just as much as I've been. I want to make sure that I can upload this and it doesn't look too dark for me going, at least just twice. Because at the worst, if this doesn't get fixed, at the worst, I could learn to live with just a black screen. I'll put a blob of blue tack as to where I'm supposed to look. I mean, I'll look and see myself now, but I'm looking over there. That's the thing as well. I don't know what other YouTubers use. I really don't. And some of them they've got several cameras lined up, so they talk from one and they edit between them. If they've got several people, obviously. But even individuals do that as well. I just use that what you're sitting in right now, as far as I'm concerned, my phone. So I'm no master at that. People use webcams. I haven't got a webcam. I've got works laptops, but I can't use those for obvious reasons. And so I'm limited to this. But this was working. This is what always throws me. Things work for a time, and then you get a fuck up like this. You get derailed. Some big boulder comes into your way when you're just striding down. Hey, you're in your chariot. Whoa, yeah, everyone's cheering. Whoa, shit. Everything was going great until that boulder came smacking into you. And this is a boulder coming smacking into me. For me, not for you, because it's still recording. That's the main thing. But I've just got to learn to deal with it, unless it gets fixed and, rectified, which it may well do. See, that's the thing. Now I can see myself. I can see the whiskey behind me. So I may as well, if you don't mind. Cheers, y'all. Your good health and my rapidly dwindling health. Folic acid tablets. Yeah. Am I pregnant? Folic acid tablets for 3 months. I've been put on. So a lot of black turds coming my way then. Or coming out of my way. And so that's, health-wise, that's the latest issue there. Apparently it's not serious, but apparently it can be serious. We'll see in 3 months' time. Oh, great. This is the day that everything kind of went wrong. I go to the EE shop and Mike says, oh, I'll sort that out for you. No worries. Be dead easy. Just go in your settings. Nothing's changed. I don't understand it. I get on to my mate, but his mate was in a meeting and he said, oh, well, he'll get back to me and I'll get back to you. But I've heard nothing back, because obviously his mate hasn't got onto him yet. And his mate makes these phones, the fucking thing I'm looking at right now, he makes them. So hopefully something will get sorted out. But on the way back, because I play my music in my earphones, and all the way down there, I was playing stuff. Oh, it was great, yeah. Strutting me stuff to Rambo or whatever the hell it was at the time. I think it was Rambo actually. And then come back and I put my earphones in. Only one's working, that one. What's up with this one? Oh, I took the plug out, put it back in again. No, nothing. Restart the phone. I've killed one earphone. It just, you know what? It just pisses me off. And these are just little things, little things. People have huge problems. There's a war in Ukraine. People can't afford to put food on the table. They can't. Oh, they make the choice between lighting, heating, or food. You know, and that's not a good thing. That's not a good way to be. And you know, well, don't get me on this. I'm not gonna go down this one until it's really necessary. And boy, then will I go down this road. But so people have got major issues. And it's a big week for suicide awareness. I don't know if you guys knew, in this country it's a very suicide awareness sort of thing. And Calm, who are a great organisation to help people who have suicidal tendencies and people who are mourning people who've committed suicide. Now, I mention this because I know people involved in this sort of thing. And I've had dark moments myself. Not, you know, many people do. I have no shame in saying it. But the thing is, it's talking about these things which are really important. And so there's a lot of people out there right now with major, severe issues. And to them, me going on about a phone, which is, oh, well, it still works, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. But I can't relax and do the things I want to do, which are the things that, you know, you guys enjoy. So, and that will probably come across in certain videos if this doesn't get sorted out properly and soon. So my problem is really amount to fuck all compared to other people's, but it's all relative, isn't it? But, you know, what I will say, in this week of awareness of suicide, someone's got a problem. Someone, you know, just seems a bit out of sync. And like, most people have a huge, great facade of happiness and zaniness, and they're the ones that go, because you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. But good friends or family members can spot things like that. So I think the awareness week is to try to make people aware that if you spot something that seems slightly off to you, and don't be afraid to confront someone, because talking is the thing that gets people through it. They bottle things up. I know we've gone through from a few things here, but while I'm still on, I'm gonna just plug this right now. Calm is a fantastic organisation, and you know, they go to the nth degree to help people. If you've got problems yourself, or if you think you know someone that's got a problem, then you get in touch with them, and they'll talk you through how to make that conversation with the person you think could have issues. And you know, these things are hugely important. This is a horrible world we live in, and yet it can be a beautiful place as well. It's within our power to make this world better and to look after one another. But we have a severe issue doing that, because we are ferociously tribal, we are greedy, we have governments that are bastards, we are subservient, and you know, there's so much going against us. But the grassroots people can always look after each other, and that's the way it should be. It's for centuries, for millennia, that's how it's happened. You look after, you know, the people in your cave. You look after the people in your hovels. You know, your clay and wattle hovels. And we've just had a summer solstice as well, so I mean, like, clay and wattle. So suddenly I'm thinking of Halloween 3 and the great Conal Cochrane. Dan O'Hara, and the hills ran red with the blood of animals and children. You know, he's superb. But back on the serious thing, you know, if you've got someone out there that you think might have an issue, might have a problem, don't be afraid to confront them, because might be all they need, that outlet, just to let them talk. Talking does save lives. Talking does give someone an opportunity to vent. And even if you've got to put up with that for days, weeks, months, if you care about them and it's going to get them through, then you listen and you give them every bit of aid and assistance you can. Got to be done, folks. Got to be done. So anyway, I don't know. Look, I'm flying by the seat of my kilt. I didn't think this video would even get done, because I thought, oh, that's it. Woe is me. Phone's knackered. Shit on. Shit on and whiskey in. There you go. By the way, folks, despite all flippancy, I take all that very, very seriously. I've been through stuff. I know people who've been through stuff. And, you know, you've got to have a sort of network around you. Your friends, your family. That's what you've got to have. Simple as. And, you know, anyone, there's loads of people that reach out to me. Loads. And I'll always do my best to, you know, listen and trying to point people in the right direction and try to cheer people up. That's the whole thing about this. So let's keep that going. So this video has been a complete and utter, just absolute tish-tosh and meandering wobble about. Well, it's still on. And the thing is, it's still on now, so I'm quite happy. I could go on forever. I won't. But I might be back in a few minutes, though, with something else. So anyway, folks, in the meantime, and this ever like, whoa, God, crazy, technologically dispirited and completely chaotic in-between time, please take it easy. Keep it kilted. Keep it Celtic. Drink whiskey and talk to your friends. And more importantly, listen to your friends. That's where it all comes in. We all play a part in this. So let's all be happy. And I'm going to see you all. See, with a black screen, I'd be doing all this and I wouldn't have a fucking clue what I was doing. I'd be going, can you see this? Am I doing this? I'd be scratching my armpits and like, oh, I don't know, picking my nose. Well, you can't see me because I can't see me either. So, leaders. Back very soon. There's someone else. There's more news today.